Hi, everybody. We are doing this live so that we can help people learn how to do a show groom. So sorry the lighting isn't the best from my computer, but we are going to go with it. All right, so we have Oscar up here on the table, and I know he's a little bit far away, but we'll have some more videos later, more close up. But what we're doing with Oscar is I've already shaved the line down the middle of his back, and what I did was his tail up, I found the middle of his tail, found his spine, and I did about a finger width down between his two rosettes. What I'm gonna do, and I'll be kind of in front of the camera a little bit to do this, so hopefully it won't be too bad. The back of his jacket is for him, you go to the last rib, and then it's a finger or two finger widths past the last rib. For him, it's about two finger widths to make him have the square that he needs to look from a distance. So the thing I'm gonna do first is, I kind of do it a little differently maybe than some, but I'm gonna go around the rosettes. So again, the top of the rosette is at the edge of the spine, and then about a finger width, two at the most, but a finger width between the jacket and the rosette. So since we're videoing, we're gonna do it again. I have a 30 blade on. When I would keep him in pattern between clips, I would use a 15 blade because I didn't need them so short. But today we're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna do his jacket. So again, I wanna keep that straight down as much as I can. And then I'm gonna, again, under his rosettes, and we're just gonna clean. I know, it probably tickles Oscar. Stand still. And then we would come on down and clean down the leg. Now, a lot of times what I'll do, and you're gonna have this buzzing, is so on his bracelets, I find the point of the hock here, and I do one or two finger widths height above that, so like so, above that hock bone, and then I angle it ever so slightly. So for me to protect from shaving into this, I usually put my hands a little bit above where I want it because just naturally your hand slides down. So I'll take where the edge is and put my thumb and my finger around it and then start shaving up. I know. And then I can come down here and more carefully cut into it. All right, I'm gonna switch sides over here. So, we wanna keep a nice clean look if we're going into the show ring. Again, today, this is just for show because he's being shaved down as soon as we do this. So I'm gonna repeat on the other side, down the edge of the jacket, across. And I'm gonna come around his rosettes. The rosette, the best trick I was told, two finger widths from the base of the tail to the back of the rosette. So you'll see when I'm done here, when I put his tail up, it's about two finger widths from back of rosette to base of tail. The tail, honestly, sometimes I get it a little high, but again, that's, some do maybe a finger width, some do two. I've done about two, just because I like it to be cleaner. From that point of view, and sorry, Oscar, we're gonna get a little personal. And I should put in the disclaimer, I am not a professional groomer. I do this for fun, and I also do it because it's a good challenge to learn how to do this. So, again, it's gonna be kind of a rough in job today because, again, he's gonna be shaving down and we don't wanna spend too much time doing this. We just wanna show you how it's done. So let me, here, Oscar, turn this way. Let's do your other side. Boop, boop, boop. So again, I just flipped the dog. The camera didn't flip. We flipped him. Again, I've shaven around since he already had his rosette line. you know, and keep a nice clean trim around them. Oscar has a very dense, coarse coat. He turned 7 in June, so for being a senior dog, a veteran dog, he has a great coat still. And I can groom up his lines, and by the time the hair fluffs back, it kind of covers up that line. So sometimes I have made his space between jacket and rosettes a little bit bigger because I know it's gonna fluff up and fill it in. And if I scissor wrong, that looks really bad. So again, over here, hawk, top of this hawk, point of the hawk, fingers around so you don't go into your bracelets. You know, kind of clean up all the way around. But then I'm gonna come down and just clean it up with an eyeball approach. And with over 4 weeks of growth on him, you can see he grows hair pretty fast and it gets pretty colorful. And for all my groomer friends and professional handlers out there, if you have some better tips and tricks than I know, but please let us know. And as I think I probably wouldn't want my rear end shaved either, so I can understand him wanting to get a little fussy. Anytime you have like a full, come this way, buddy. Turn. Oh, I know. Anytime you kind of have a fold, like back here, you get the kind of fold in the skin, just pull it to the side and it kind of flans it out, which makes it easier and a little bit safer to shave. All right, let's do his front legs. So we're back. Sorry, we were twisting and turning on the table, but let's do his front legs. And then we're going to take a little break and come back and show you scissoring of how I do the scissoring. So as I've been taught, the front you want where your line is in the back to, I've been told it can either come the top straight across so they're even, or some people leave the fronts a little bit longer. And I think it's just a style choice and it's how people choose to groom and what they want to groom. So let me switch out blades again. Again, this 30 blade. Again, I'll do the same thing. I just put my fingers around the top here so I don't start going too fast and get into, that's fine, Oscar, I know. You like that one first, I know. So I'm gonna do this, and since I already have a line, I can do that real quick. Now, stand up, please. So the trick, one of the tricks on the MCC that I have learned is where their elbow is up here, you want to shave above the elbow so you have a nice clean line coming back here. And this will be even more apparent as I scissor. So we're going to come up and kind of pull, if you pull up on that skin, you'll make it taut so it's easier to shave. And then I usually just pull out his leg and clean it from the inside. So that's quickly how I set the lines. Again, I know this isn't not completely show done, but it's done. Oh, and one last thing, when you do the jacket line, make sure you follow that jacket line down to their belly. So you have a nice, clean, sharp jacket that comes down here. And then, of course, I would shave the inside of his legs. I would shave around his groin area and very carefully around his precious jewels. But we're gonna take a break here and then we'll come back and do scissoring. Thanks. All right, I think this is where it asked me to save it.